Welcome to the Pinebrook Cottages Market Update. I'm Ron Wilstein, and I'm a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties in Park City, Utah. In this brief webinar, I'm going to cover three things. I'm going to begin by giving you a brief overview of what's been happening in the Park City real estate market. Then secondly, we're going to zero in on Pinebrook Cottages. I'll go over how many sales there's been, the price ranges, and give you a feel for the market overall within the neighborhood. And then thirdly, we're going to take a look at the impact of Vail Resorts' purchase of the Park City Mountain Resort on the Park City real estate market overall. So I appreciate you joining me, and let's jump right into it. Beginning with Park City real estate sales, over the past 12 months, there have been 1,340 sales in Park City. Now this consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land combined, and this is all real estate companies combined. Now that's actually down by 61 sales, or 4%, from the same 12-month period the year before. When we break this down specifically into categories, we see that the number of home sales are actually down by 9%. On this graph here, the red bars represent the 12-month period of December 2013 through November 2014. The blue represents the 12-month period the year before, so you're having a year-to-year comparison. Well, you can see that home sales have dropped by about 9%, from 570 sales down this past 12 months to 520. Condominiums have been about even. You see it was 612 and rose by 614, less than 1%. And then lots is actually down by 6%, from 219 sales to 206 sales. Now it's worth pointing out that the number of sales of single-family homes is down in part because our inventory of properties is smaller than it's ever been, and so just the raw numbers suggest that there's fewer to be sold, therefore fewer sales. In previous months we've been looking at this data, and it's actually pushed up the number of lot purchases. In this 12-month period it's actually down, but that's in part because of the time of year as we're going into the ski season. But what's happening with prices? Everybody wants to know where values are. This graph here looks at homes medium sold prices. So we're looking at both within the Park City limits as well as the Snyderville Basin. It's kind of the county area of Park City. Price value appreciation is very good. Within the city, it's up 5%. The medium sold price a year ago, for the 12 months prior to that, was $1,235,000. This last 12-month period, it's $1,300,000. So a nice increase of 5%. In the Snyderville Basin, it actually rose by 8%, from a median price of $708,000 to $765,000. As we turn to condominiums, we see again increases in valuations, up 10% in the city, from a median price for a condominium $485,000 to now $535,000. In the Snyderville Basin, up 8%, median price $322,994, now up to $350,000. Here now we're looking at lots, same idea, and we're seeing in the city limits where frankly there's a limited supply of lots for sale, it's actually down by 2%, or in this case it's a $10,000 drop, from $560,000 to $550,000. Again, keep in mind we don't have that many lots within the city limits to actually sell, so the sample is smaller. In the Snyderville Basin, however, lot sales valuations rose by 16%, nice appreciation, from $285,000 all the way up to $330,000. So in each category, homes, condominiums, and lots, we see appreciation in almost every category, good strong strength of our marketplace. Now this graph here is an important one in that it looks back to the very height of the Park City real estate market, which was in 2005. We had 2,912 sales, again homes, condos, lots, all brokerages combined. Then the air went out of the market, dropped, the economy was in the tank, and we had 4 consecutive years decline year over year, until finally 2010 it took a bounce, and we had 4 years of consecutive increases, nice even paced increase is very healthy, and we're in December when I'm recording this webinar, so we'll have next month the figures out for the entire year of 2014. I would expect that it would be about the same number, plus or minus a little bit of what we saw in 2013. It actually might be a little bit lower because, as I mentioned earlier, our total inventory is down, therefore you can't have as many sales. Now let's turn our attention to Pinebrook. Pinebrook Cottages in particular. Now this is a nice graph because this compares a year ago, looking back 12 months, to now looking 12 months. This last 12-month period we've had 12 sales at Pinebrook Cottages, the year before 6. So had a 100% increase there over the last year's number of sales. That's really positive, very strong for your neighborhood. Here I want to talk about absorption rate. And what absorption rate is, we're simply looking at the pace of sales versus the inventory to see how quickly, consistently properties sell within your neighborhood. Pinebrook Cottages condos are selling at a pace of 1 sale every 30 days. That's very strong, very positive. Currently, there are no condos on the market in Pinebrook Cottages. So if somebody were to put their property on the market right now, if they priced it well, now they could price a bit aggressively because there's no inventory, but as long as they didn't go crazy on it, you're likely to sell it very quickly. That's what that tells you. As we look back the last 12 months, we see the range of prices that sellers have been able to get for their properties. The low being $360,000, the high being $435,000, with the medium sold price coming in at $385,000, which is 3% higher than the previous year's valuation. Previous year median price was $375,000. This year $385,000, about a 3% increase. So we like to see valuations going up, of course, if you're an owner and wanting to sell. Now, if you're interested in getting the specifics on the condominiums that make up this data, I'm more than happy to send it to you. Just send me an email to ron@thewillsteinteam.com. Say, send me the Pinebrook Cottage info. I'll know from that request that you watched the webinar. Give me your email address. I'll shoot that off to you. You'll be able to look at the specific properties that sold, all their details, and everything you want to know basically about that. Now, I want to share with you how you can get information on Pinebrook Cottages market whenever you want. Obviously, I'm giving you an update now, and we tend to update these about every 6 months, but I want you to know you can get the information anytime you want. If you'll bookmark in your computer BuyParkCityRealEstate.com, which is our website, /Pinebrook Cottages. You can also do the WillsteinTeam.com /Pinebrook Cottages. They'll both take you to the same place. That will take you to a special page on the website where you're going to get information specifically on Pinebrook Cottages. Let me actually take you there. Here we are. This is my website, and you can see from the title, Pinebrook Cottages Condominiums. There's 2 main buttons here. This green one gives you the opportunity to watch a webinar on Pinebrook Cottages. In essence, that's what you're doing right now. This maroon button says, send me current sales data for Pinebrook Cottages. That will let you know what's happening recently right now at Pinebrook. Now, if I click on this, it would take you to this form which says current sales data request, and all you do, it's very simple. There's a couple blanks. Go to the first one, either type in Pinebrook Cottages or your address, whatever you prefer. You can indicate here how many bedrooms or bathrooms you might have, square footage, and then put your name, first name, last name, email address. If you want to put in your mailing address, I'll keep you informed with our newsletter, but that's up to you. And then scroll down a little bit lower. In the comment section, you can ask any particular question that's on your mind, any information you want. And then go to the Submit Form green button and click that. And what that will do is that will take this information. I'll receive it by email. I'll get you the information you want to know on Pinebrook Cottages and email it to you, and you'll receive it. Won't call you, won't bug you. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer your questions, but I'm not here to bug you. So that's how you can get information on Pinebrook Cottages anytime you want it. Now, let's take a moment before we wrap up to talk about the Vail factor on Park City real estate. Now, most of you know by now that Vail Resorts purchased Park City Mountain Resort. It was after a multi-year legal battle between Talisker and Vail and the Park City Mountain Resort. It was finally resolved a couple months ago, and Vail is now the operator of PCMR. If you're interested in knowing the details, if you're not familiar with them, I covered them in detail in my monthly webinar for October 2014, and if you want, you can go to thewillsteinteam.com/Vail-PCMR, and I'll go into great detail about the history of the conflict, what led to it, how it got resolved, and if you're not familiar with it, pretty interesting. It's a short, concise webinar, but it will fill in any gaps you may have if that's of interest to you. The thing that you want to know is that Vail Resorts is taking over Park City Mountain Resort, and we are looking forward to many improvements at the resort, which in turn will be beneficial for the entire Park City community. Vail paid $182.5 million for the Park City Mountain Resort, and so now they control 2 of their 3 resorts in Park City, Canyons and now PCMR. Vail most recently announced that they are going to invest $50 million in PCMR and Canyons over the next 12 months. $50 million. So there's going to be some huge improvements, and that's very, very exciting news. Some of the things that people are quite excited about since this, in essence, purchase/merge is Vail's Epic Pass, which you could use last year at the Canyons, as well as other Vail properties in Colorado and California, as well as outside the country, is now the pass that will work at PCMR. So with the same pass, this current season, 2014-2015 ski season, you can ski both of those resorts. So that's a terrific opportunity there. Another thing that people are quite excited about is the combining of the 2 resorts. That in not this season, but next season, Vail intends to connect PCMR and the Canyons, which will create the largest single ski resort in the United States with over 7,000 skiable acres. So people are excited about that for sure. But what does this mean for the Park City real estate market? Has Vail's purchase really made an impact? And we're finding that it actually has. I want to share some information from a friend of mine, Rick Klein. He's a private mortgage banker with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, and he's kind of a stats nerd. He likes to see what's happening in the real estate market and the nuances and why changes occur. And so he asked the question, what effect is Vail's purchase having on the Park City real estate market? And what he did is he started to look at pending transactions, and the announcement of the purchase was made on September 11th of this year. So he started looking at what happened from September 12th all the way through to the end of October. And he looked at this year, and he went back to 2013, went back to 2012. That's what you're seeing on this graph. Each bar has 3 different colors. The lower color, which is kind of a light purplish, if you will, represents the number of condominiums sold. The maroon color in the middle is single-family homes, and the light yellow, the top, is the number of vacant lots that were sold. You can see that it increased slightly from 2012 to 2013, with a more significant increase after the announcement in 2014. In fact, what we saw is that the pending sales after the announcement increased by 41% above that same time period the year before. That's 87 additional units that were sold. Condominiums pending increased by 65%. Quite a significant increase. We believe it's part of the purchase and people's response to Vail acquiring PCMR. So what does this mean for Park City's real estate market? A couple things. Overall, the confidence in the real estate market has definitely increased, and it will likely continue to strengthen in the future. Buyers are stepping up now, and they're buying properties in Park City, where some buyers were kind of sitting on the fence, maybe reluctant to pay sellers' prices when they negotiated. Now they've been stepping up and buying the properties. And we expect this will continue, particularly as we are now have entered into the ski season. Homes and condominiums located near the base of PCMR and canyons are the properties most likely to be positively impacted by Vail's purchase of PCMR. Homes and condominiums located in Park City's residential neighborhoods will see a minimum impact on their property values as a result of the purchase. So when it comes to Pinebrook Cottages, that's more in the residential neighborhoods. I think there'll be an impact, but it won't be as significant as it would be on those homes or condominiums located right at the base of the resorts, because they're feeling the full impact of the $50 million investment into the resorts. Now, if you'd like to learn how much your Pinebrook Cottage condo may be worth in today's market, I want to share with you how you can find this out. There's no cost, there's no obligation. All you do is go to my website, BuyParkCity.com, and then scroll down from the home page to the Learn What Your Property Is Worth section and just complete the form there. Or you can send me an email, ron@thewillstingteam.com. Let me take you back to the website real quickly. I'll show you. Let me go to the home page. Here's the startup home page for the website. And all you have to do is from this page, scroll down a little bit past the search, start your Park City search, past some of the webinars, and you'll come to this section, Learn What Your Property Is Worth. Again, you've got a couple blanks here. You just start filling them out. You can put in the address, you can put in Pinebrook Cottages, put in your name, contact information, and a little bit below that you can check, for instance, this first box which says Contact Me Now for a free property value assessment. If there's any of these other items that are of interest, you can check them. And again, just click the Submit the Form, and I will get that, and I'll contact you to arrange a time to visit your property and provide you with the information. Then you'll have it. You can decide what you want to do with it. But it's just that simple. So if you're interested in knowing what your property is worth, fill that out and we'll get you that information. Don't worry about us contacting you unless you invite us to do so. We're not going to. We don't like to bother people, but we do like to provide you with the information you're after. So that's the easiest way to get it. If you have any questions overall about the Park City real estate market, I'll promptly answer them. Send me an email. And if you want me to call you, just include your phone number or preferred time. I'll be happy to do so. Finally, let me just mention that every month I put on a webinar entitled Park City Market Talk. It's roughly between 15 to 20 minutes in length, and it gets updated on the second Tuesday of each month. And we cover such things as, well, at the beginning of this webinar, I give you a brief overview of the Park City market overall. We cover that, but in a bit more detail. And then we'll pick 2 or 3 other topics that are on people's minds. They may have to do with where the best investments are in Park City. They could deal with how to fight your property taxes when it's tax season, the details on the Vail purchase. Whatever it is, we'll give you the most relevant information and details of what's happening in Park City. So you can catch those, and if you want us to remind you about that, we'll send you an email once a month. They're always posted on our website. So with that in mind, I want to thank you again for taking the time to watch this webinar. We're here to help and appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.